Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I know this is not normally my setup, or is it normally my setup? And the setup you normally see is a green screen. Who knows, right? You have to decide for yourself. So the Total War 40k trailer, or should I say Total War 40k trailer, Total War 40k first big live stream has just happened, and there's a bunch of new information to go through in this video. I'm going to do a little summary. This summary is taken from the PC Gamer article, which is a fantastic little write-up. I'm just going to put it into video format because, of course, I'm in America and I'm doing my best at this moment in time. So we're going to go through all because there's a lot of big things to talk about. In the background, Woodimp is going to edit in some footage, so it's not all just me enjoying myself. You can see the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. So point number one. So units have a lot more stats since they're made up of multiple entities with different weapons, making them effective against specific units. So for example, a unit could have a commissar, a Vox operator, and regular soldiers, all with different stats and loadouts. That's pretty cool. That matches what the IP is for Warhammer 40,000. We want that type of unique personal experience in our squads. We all don't want them to have the same thing, the same weapons, the same stats, because you don't have that in 40k. They're led by heroes, they're led by different things, so that is a great bloody thing. Heroes will have bodyguards, and you can customize them instead of running them as individuals as in Total War Warhammer. Again, more individuality in this game. I love the idea of having bodyguards because, of course, you normally find that in Warhammer 40,000. You don't find Katos Icarius going around on his own, Marnius Calgar, without his Victrix guard or something. You have the bodyguard units in there, so before you actually meet the big dog, you have to actually destroy his little bodyguard unit there. It also goes on to say units can now strafe, firing as they move slowly in a specific direction, such as a tank backing away from infantry, though accuracy will be impacted. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, if you're right. Retreat back, fire all the cannons as we're retreating back. Okay, that makes pretty cool sense. You can have airstrikes and army abilities, but for the Astra Militarum, these regimental orders only impact those close to command units and Vox captors as in the tabletop. Again, sounds pretty bloody cool. And all the footage, by the way, which I've been watching, which you've probably seen in the background right now, this is fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, this is the old alpha footage and the new alpha footage next month. I'm not sure if they mentioned this on the live stream, but I've been hearing this through the whispers. The new alpha footage that we're going to be seeing at Gamescom next month is going to be brand spanking new, like build. So it's going to even get better from this. And the quality from what I was seeing the other day looked absolutely bloody fantastic. It goes on to say, the balance of power bar now visualizes and represents reinforcements off the field. Reinforcements is a big thing they mentioned during this video, and we'll get onto that in just a second, but because you can deploy reinforcements throughout the battle and keep bringing like new units on to assist and help you out. It says lines of fire is now individual to entities in a unit, so they can fire independently as different units at once depending on what they see. Again, that's a massive change from what I've just been playing recently, and that is Napoleonic Total War games, where it's just basically line infantry, muskets, firing in that single direction. Now you've got like guard with like las guns firing over the left, over the right, in front, behind, sideways, up their own arse and stuff. Next up, all projectiles are simulated units. All projectiles are simulated. Units have unlimited ammo. You can suppress enemy units, and some units, like the Baneblade, now have sweeping power to maximize range damage. I'm not too sure about unlimited ammo. I'm sure we'll have to see how the balance is with that. One of the great things about games like Total War Napoleon is that your units lose ammo. Then it's like fixed bayonets, boys, right? Strap it on, get it up 'em, kind of thing. So we'll see about that. There's a new sentry mode now that lets you mark enemy units to prioritize before they come into range. Plus, there's now a visual indicator of line of sight when targeting a unit. That's pretty decent. I like the sound of that. There are grenades and unit abilities. Psychers were mentioned for the first time. Again, we're definitely going to have psychers in this game. Librarians, Imperial Sanction Psychers. I'm sure there's going to be like Orc Psyker shenanigans. Eldar, of course, with the Farseers. It's bang on. So it's going to be fun to see what their abilities are and see how devastating that stuff could be. Is a Psyker like going to lose his mind and explode and take half your unit down? That's what happens in 40k, right? If they let the warp in, if they let the demon in, is that going to bring then the chaos entity onto the battlefield and start causing even more drama? These are the things where I'm just bouncing around, which sounds absolutely fantastic. There is a unit morale system, and units will visually represent the damage they've taken. That's pretty cool. So, you know, if I'm beat up and bloody, and we'll get onto blood in a second, then yes, it's going to look like that. It's going to sound like that, and hopefully it's going to visualize like that as well. Uh-oh. There's a little car going past. I'm not sure if Wooden wants to edit this in. Oh my God. It's reinforcements. Wooden, put a white scar on that. You can choose to deploy reserves or hold them and reinforce them later. This is what we're talking about reserves. In battles such as with drop pods or Thunderhawks or Space Marines, which again is pretty cool. You can put all your army out at once, or you can put some in reserve, which again, you do on the tabletop. I don't put all my Terminators down on the battlefield straight away. I wait for the right strategic moment to bring them down, to reinforce, to, you know, deep strike in the back end and take objectives, to bring it down, to encircle a unit. This is the kind of tactical decisions now they're going to allow you to do on the battlefield. And finally, it says here, it was also mentioned previously, but blood in the game will be for free. It's not a DLC this time. This is blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull thorn. This is the 41st millennium. You're not going to have to buy for the DLC. All in all, from what I saw from the footage, it looked very, very fantastic, like I said, but I'm not taking too much of that in because this is old alpha footage, and we're going to be seeing a lot more when it comes to it. So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts and feedback on this. This is just a quick little summary. When I get back to the UK, I'm sure we'll do a little Valrak watch along and sit through it all, and we'll do everything like that. But for now, I'm here. I can't do anything, and this is the best you're going to get. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very bloody soon.